Hi everyone, this is John. We're going to take a look at what I call the Antichrist ride. Okay? We're going to look at this right here. All right? What we're on here is Halley's Comet. Okay? Now, Halley's Comet, if you go look this up for yourself on Wikipedia, it tells you about Halley's Comet and the fact that it was first visible in '85 with a telescope. So it was first seen in January of '85, and it was talked about for a whole year before. Well, it was actually visible to be seen with the naked eye. It says here down here in November of '85. But anyhow, Halley's Comet, which is what the Antichrist came in on. He came in on Halley's Comet. The vessel that was formed for him was formed in '85, but the actual spirit that came on the comet in January is when it entered the Antichrist spirit entered the vessel inside of the woman that the Antichrist came through. And there's someone out there, hireling, if you see this, you're funny, because in one of your videos you said that, you didn't say that the Antichrist was going to be saved. You actually said someone's name who is the Antichrist, and you don't know that's who he is. But anyhow, I wonder how many people really are paying attention. So anyhow, in 1986, Halley's Comet came, brought the Antichrist spirit that entered into the vessel that was inside of the woman in January of 1986. And January of 1986, if you go look, we'll just go look at a couple things here, but a lot happened from January of 1986 to the end of 1986. I mean, just death, destruction, sickness, all over the planet in 1986. But one of the biggest things that started off was in January of 1986, when Halley's Comet was really visible from January, February, March, and April, I think it was. And it's funny because in the thing, if you read about it, it said that it was the dimmest it was ever seen. It was really hard to see it because of how dim it was. So, it's in Revelation, that, a star falls, and when it falls, a third of the planet, the waters are ruined, and people die, and they think it's right away, but all right, let's go to what all happened in 1986. So if you go look here, you'll see that Halley's Comet was really visible from January, I think, to March of 1986. First really visible, though, with the naked eye with some binoculars, I think, in November of '85. But one of the biggest things that happened in 1986 was, let's see, let's go up here, let's back up here a second. All right, 1986. Let's see, tragic events of 1986, and one of the first ones is the space shuttle. But the biggest one, of course, the biggest is Chernobyl. Chernobyl blew up in April 26, 1986. Let's see, January, February, March, April, almost 4 months into that year. And January is really when they say that most people could see Halley's Comet of 1986 was January. So in April, death and destruction came. Chernobyl blew up. Wormwood. People are still dying to this day from the explosion of Chernobyl in Ukraine. But one of the other things that also happened that's very interesting is this right here. Is the Space Shuttle Challenger. Oh, I thought that took me right to that, but it talks about other things. Where's the one? Just want the one with the Space Shuttle. Because the Space Shuttle blew up in 1986 in January. Yeah, here we go. Space Shuttle Challenger. Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. I remember it. I was watching it with my coworkers at Mac Jones Ford because it was like, I don't think it was one of the first launches, but it was like, it's pretty close to one of the first ones, maybe. I just remember everybody was gathered around watching it take off at the dealership at Mac Jones Ford. It used to be in Redline. But on January 28th, 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart 73 seconds into its flight, killing all 7 crew members. So 1986, if you go look for yourself, you'll find out that there was nothing but death and destruction pretty much from the beginning of 1986 until the end. I think there was like, there was another big thing that happened in 86 that was pretty big. There was the Space Shuttle Challenger that happened in January, and then Chernobyl happened in April, which that was huge. I mean, that wiped out a third, right? Because it's still killing and still wiping people out. How many young people are dying of cancers left and right today all over the world? So that happened, the Space Shuttle, the Chernobyl, and then there was one other thing that was pretty interesting that happened. See if I can find it here. It was a lake in West Africa that, here it is right here. Here we go. The 1986 Lake Nyos, it's NYOS gas disaster in Cameroon, West Africa. And in the article there, it says at least 1,700 people died in the northwest area of Africa, of Cameroon. So that's pretty interesting. So there's 3 major things that happened. And there's a whole bunch of other things that happened in 1986. If you just go look up disasters of 1986 and even some in 85. Because I'm trying to remember, I thought there was a big earthquake in 86, but maybe that happened in 85. I know there was a big earthquake back around that time. Because there was one in Pennsylvania around that time, actually, when I think about it. Which, you know, we don't get earthquakes in Pennsylvania. And it was 85 or 86. Oh, let's look that up, because I wonder if we could find that. Pretty sure it was 85. So anyhow, you can look up things that happened. We'll go see if I can find that. Because I'm pretty sure it was around 85, 86. So I'm pretty sure my Uncle Sam was living with us at the time when that happened. Yeah, because he came running up out of the basement like what he thought something blew up, like gas or something, because he was like, what the, because the whole house shook. And I'm pretty sure it happened in 85, let's see, or 86. I know we had a big snowstorm, I think, in 86 or 85 too. Let's see if we can find this quick. Oh, darn it, I keep freaking trying to figure this. Let's see, I'm not very good with this stuff. Okay, let's see. 1980, let's see, we'll put it in 86. Let's see. So, where's my LV? Pennsylvania. Let's see. Earthquake. rocking that around. Let's see. Midquake hits Pennsylvania. Midquake measuring on the Richter scale rattled a section of Lancaster County. Yes, in southern Penn. Was it 86? Wow. Okay. Because I remember my uncle come running up out of the basement because he thought the house was blowing up. He's like, what the hell's going on? And it was an earthquake. And it sounded like a train coming too, because a bunch of us were out, I think sitting on the front porch of my mom's house. Okay, Lancaster, PA, mild earthquake measuring 2.5 on the Richter scale rattled a section of Lancaster County and York County too. Because I lived in Hallam, my mom's house at the time. Well, she still lives there in Hallam. In southeastern Pennsylvania today, state police said no injuries or damage were reported. So when was this? Yeah, May 2nd, 1986, man. Holy moly. I remember it. So the Antichrist arrived here by way of Halley's Comet in the beginning of 1986. All right, everyone. I know who he is. He knows who I am. Peace, love, joy, and kindness to you all.